excellence that this university has, that means without question, we know we've got to win. We know that. We know that. We know we've got to not just be competitive in the Big South, we've got to be able to win, and one day that means we've got to be competitive enough to win a national championship. I know that. I understand that. Everybody we're associated with is going to know that and going to understand that. I don't believe that a potential assistant or anybody that touches Coastal Carolina buys into that, then I am doing Coastal Carolina and all of you a disservice by allowing that person to be part of our program. Coastal Carolina may not be for everybody as far as football goes, but for the guys that want to play football, that like and believe in this mission and this standard, and like the idea that they want to take the responsibility, stand on their own 2 feet, and take responsibility for themselves, those are the guys we're going to want. And the commitment we're going to make to their family and to them is, if you're good enough, you'll start for us. If you're good enough, you may get to the next level. We will commit to doing everything we can to help you live up to your responsibility of being a man. We're going to help you do that. That's the promise we're going to make to the student athlete. That's the promise we're going to make to their family. Now, what does that mean for them? Does it mean we expect you to work hard as a football player, have a great commitment there? Yes. Does it mean we expect you to work hard in terms of preparation in the offseason? Yes. Does it mean we expect you to work hard in terms of game preparation? Yes. Does it mean we expect a certain attitude in terms of practice? Yes. Does it mean all those things? Yes. Does it mean we expect you to be a teammate? Yes. So he's got to be a good football player if he's going to help us win. But he's got to be a good football player with character if we're going to recruit him. I want to go back to our mission. Our mission is to put a team on the field that you are all going to be proud of. I know that means we got to win. But I also recognize we may not always win. In fact, let me say, we're probably not always going to win. But I promise you that the people that are on that field that represent you will give it 100% of what they've got all the while we're out there. If we get that, we have a pretty good opportunity to really grow and make something. And this is probably a little different. I actually did this when I applied for the job here and I submitted my materials. And I don't know if many people do this. I said, you want to find out what kind of football coach I am? And when I submitted my materials to Hunter, I said, here's my roster from last year. And I gave him every name of every player that was on our team last year and their phone numbers. Now, that's every player. I didn't take anybody off.
Here, and what is your deal with Coastal?
Yeah, the deal that I have with Coastal, I mean, I'm going to get paid $7.5 million a year. And frankly, it kind of upset me because I took a pretty big cut to do that. Are you asking for some of my $175 grand? Because you're not getting any. You're going to have a much better attitude if you get any of my money. I will share one of the things that I've done, and maybe it's inappropriate, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Because I am responsible for our budget, if I needed to get the right assistant in here, I will not hesitate reallocating my own money to take care of one of my assistants. By the way, if we do the job that I believe we can do here, that $175 grand, I'll be an incredible bargain for Coastal Carolina, by the way. Ryan, are you the guy that was calling my wife last night at the house at midnight?
No.
No, it was somebody else. It was a Ryan. That was you? I've always done a pretty good job of taking care of institutions that I care about. I'd be crushed if at some point I left this institution and I didn't have that feeling. To have our football coach, the chairman of TD Ameritrade, like, that's a wonderful thing. Think about what that sells like even when you're in a home and you talk about life after football. So they were enthusiastic about it. My board is enthusiastic about it. I need to be able to get the job done here. I'm proud to be chairman of TD Ameritrade, but if there's ever a conflict, I will eliminate that conflict.